Greetings, fellow Earthlings. It's Jennifer Bell, and I wanted to share a little bit of my Sunday with you. And although I grew up at the Jersey Shore, this is unparalleled as far as people are very far away from me. It's very nice just to be able to be here and hear the ocean and get the vitamin D and vitamin C, and just to share a little bit of what I'm experiencing, and also to talk a little bit about, all the other stuff that I'm experiencing or just processing about this reality. And lately, my musing mind, right, my meditation, musings of a mad meditator have been turned to the mind itself. And that, again, sometimes people forget that everything exists inside the mind, the body, me looking at whatever this is exists inside my mind. Your memories, even if they're real or not, or infiltrated or not, exist inside your mind. So I've gone through that process of feeling like I had to collect all the healing modalities. So this one's better, that one's better, this one's better, this one's better, that one's better. And I've done it, and I've talked that talk too. I'm guilty of talking that talk. I own that. But it got to that place where I said, if everything exists in the mind and all is mind in this reality, then you really have to work with your mind. Otherwise, what people would call healing is not, I would say, complete. And, I'm not sold on healing as a thing. I'm not sold on the way that people talk about healing. And the majority of people in the spiritual marketplace talk about healing. So it's very uncommon what I'm saying. What I think is most people out there in the spiritual marketplace are addicts. They're just addicted to healing. They're addicted to healing modalities. They're addicted to something better and brighter. They're addicted to something that they think is a higher vibration. It's addiction. So I'm changing everything, again, always, as I see whatever I see, however I see it, and I change what I offer. Because ultimately, I want people to feel free. I want people to be able to have control of their own mind instead of being mind controlled, and to transcend, right? Transcend this reality, transcend how they want you to see reality. The they, the famous they in quotes. So I just see people clinging to healing modalities and like addicts. It's like desperation and trying to convert people to their way of thinking about that modality, that it's better, that it's brighter, that it's shinier, that it's going to heal them. But really leaving people still disempowered, leaving people still in that dry desert with no water, thinking that they're pouring water in, right? We look at the model of Aquarius, but they're not pouring water in there at all. It's not even, if it's any kind of water, it's not fresh water. It's water with the same stank. So one of the things I would say you have to be mindful of, so it's interesting. So I'm listening to this homeopathy podcast about, there's a homeopathic remedy called T-Rex. So people got together, took this remedy, and are saying all these things about T-Rex, the dinosaur, which we don't even know if dinosaurs really existed. So this is what I'm talking about, being mind controlled. Now, some of the benefits might really be there, but right now, from what I've seen, a dinosaur is a cover-up for a dragon, right? It's a cover story for dragons. That we don't really know if dinosaurs exist. Now you may say I'm crazy for saying that, but I've seen, from what I've seen so far, I don't know. And that word didn't exist before, I can't remember what year. You'll have to go look it up because I don't remember the details. But that dragons existed, and in old dictionaries they say that dragons were rare, but they were part of this reality. So I'm laughing because I'm thinking, okay, these people are totally into talking about T-Rex and making up all this stuff about T-Rex based on what they know, about what they learn in this reality, but thinking it's some kind of intuitive thing. So not to discount them or discredit what they're doing, but this is what I mean. These people are in earnest trying to help and trying to do things that are helpful, but not seeing certain things about this reality. So that's why, you know, if I'm going to look for someone, like if I'm going to look for an astrologer, and they can't vote, they can't have a political identity, they can't identify with a political party, I know they're blinded. I know they're going to have a certain amount of blindness. They're not going to be able to see me. They're not going to see the chart as clearly as I would like them to see it. Anyway, Akashic record readers, which, you know, my whole stance on that I don't even know if they're really reading your records. I don't know if, you know, like, what's the point of knowing your records if you're just holding on to another identity? I mean, just making more from that, basically. Making more story based on a past life story that might just be a story that helps you to move on from what's going on currently, but might not actually be your own past life. So you can go back and look at my Substack talking about that. So these are the things that go on in my mind. And then, so basically what I'm talking about the mind, really thinking about the function of Libra and the mind, air element, mental density, mental plane of consciousness, and looking at the Libra function and how it's been infiltrated. And that if Libra is the scales, right, the ability to weigh information has been the mechanism that weighs correctly, that weighs reality to see it as it really truly is, not as how you or we have been programmed to see it, has been infiltrated. So that's where I'm at. I'm starting to look at that for a little bit. And how can I help people restore that function of Libra, right? How can I help them transcend the mind control, transcend, right? The healing addiction. It's just the same thing as like information addiction. It's any kind of addiction. So I hope this serves you well. As always, I could be wrong about everything I say. So again, use your own discernment. And I just like to share these musings because once I put them out, I get more information, and I do know they've been beneficial for a lot of people. So if this serves you and you feel like sharing, you feel inspired to share, please share. If not, that's fine too. So I hope you're enjoying watching the big piece of tree being pushed back and forth by these waves as I've been watching. I've been in that meditative trance with that tree for about an hour now. So lots of joy and aloha. See y'all soon. Bye.